Hi Scorpio, welcome back and welcome to another reading. This will be your general reading for December, what's left of it, 2023. For those of you who have a Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, if you don't have one of those placements and it's a title or the thumbnail that led you to click onto this video, I encourage you to stick around. There may be something here for you. So, much of the month has passed and I'm thankful for your patience. I think I speak for all of us when I say that this month has been a wild one. Hey, I heard you were a wild one. Ooh, ooh. So, thank you to those of you who've donated to this channel, and if you'd like to support, you may do so by watching an ad at any point it comes up, and the link to my PayPal is on the About page and the channel page as well. Thank you in advance. Okay. Page of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. Does it seem like there's just never enough money? Never enough resources for you to do the things you want to do, and many of you need to make moves. You need to make moves quickly. And you find yourself in a period of non-movement because of the restrictions imposed by your lack of funding. So I think that if you had more to do with, there's so much that you would do. You've been thinking about it for a very long time. What leaving would look like, what leaving would take. About what you'd need to make this a reality, to make it a success, and also about what you would say. We talked about this a month ago, maybe a couple months ago, about the things that you can say, but you choose not to. So you're very mature in that way. You're exercising restraint. And no, it's not good to keep things bottled up, and that's not what I'm talking about. You're resisting the urge to be petty. You're resisting the urge to behave in a way that's beneath you, or at least you should resist that. I was just talking about this with someone. Look at that. All right. Hold on. So we're back and we're looking at your cards one more time. I organized them in a way that makes sense to me, and hopefully it's helpful for you to look at them like this. We're going to talk about it section by section, and we'll start in the top left with the Page of Pentacles. This is about you having enough. This is about you feeling as though you are enough. It's also about the things that you choose not to say. It's about the things that you, because of your understanding and your self-awareness, you decide that it's better to just not, for whatever reason. There's so many things that you want to do. You want to buy a house, you want to move out, you want to buy a car, you want to, maybe a lot of it, goes back to money, goes back to finances. And I want to be really clear, in talking about it, it's not like you don't have any, so I'm not calling you broke. That's not what this is about. What I'm talking about is what you have not being enough for the more that you want to experience, the change or transition that you want to bring about in your life. It's going to take a significant amount more, and maybe generating that cash is something that you're working on. But it's a slow process. It's a slow process, and I think that there's a way of thinking about it that you're gonna have to leave behind if you want to be successful. Forget about how you feel about it for a moment. And I know that that's wild, because you use how you feel about it in some kind of way, in achieving the thing, in getting the thing. How you're behaving and how you're emotionally responding to discomfort and to the change that needs to happen in your life is something that you pay a lot of attention to. Typically, it's something that you're constantly looking at how you're behaving. You're not on some sucker shit, is what I'm being called to say. You're not behaving in a way that is deserving of a lot of the disrespect that comes your way. You're not behaving in a way that's deserving of the pay you're receiving, or the compensation you're getting, or the treatment you're getting. There is an imbalance there. Many of you are behaving in a way where you're behaving in a way in which you deserve more, in which you deserve better. And there are some of you who are behaving and thinking in a way that has made it so what you're receiving is commensurate with how you're showing up. Your inability to prioritize, your inability to understand that you can change your circumstances, you can change your situation truly. Our minds can be likened to a garden. And there are some gardens that are lush. Everything is abundant, it's bearing fruit, it's bearing vegetables, it's green and bright and healthy. But a garden can also be riddled with useless weeds. A garden can also be overrun with weeds and things fruits and vegetables find it difficult to thrive, to grow in that kind of environment. And whether your mind is the type that's been carefully taken care of to where it's healthy, or it's a type that's overrun with weeds and useless and negative thoughts and thought patterns, whichever direction your garden takes, it will bring forth. So I want you to pay close attention to that and to how you're thinking about it, and just challenge yourself to be more innovative. Challenge yourself to think outside the box, to come up with creative solutions to the problems that you have. It sounds a bit cliche, but I wholeheartedly believe that where there is a will, there is a way. And it just takes a willingness to do something a different way and to believe in your ability to bring it about. And then you put your foot to pavement and you take the steps you need to take to ensure your success, to bring about that change you desperately want to see in your life. And I have every bit of confidence that every single one of you can do this. Yes, it's much easier said than done. And yes, you're exhausted and tired because of all of the bullshit that you've been putting up with, all of the nonsense that people have been showing you. One of the worst things you can do for yourself and for your future is to allow yourself to be consumed and weighed down by other people's perception of you and other people's, how do I want to say this? Other people's idea of what you should prioritize in your life. Especially if those opinions are surface level, they're superficial, because the person who's formulating that opinion and chastising you, they don't have as deep as an understanding of your situation as you do. It's really easy for someone to, talk about how something should be when they're not privy to all of the nuances of the situation, all of the things that make it more complex, all of the things that make it more challenging. You're not a victim. And I really need you to get out of that mindset. Don't allow yourself to don't constantly replay these situations in your mind in which you have been betrayed and in which someone has had the nerve to say something out of pocket to you. Let that shit go. You can't buy a cup of coffee with any of that. You can't pay any of your bills with any of that. You can't you get the point. The World card, the Six of Swords, and the Hermit. The secret is that you need to spend some time alone, and this looks like you really need to distance yourself from these influences. Depending on who they are, people can really have a negative effect on your life path, and on the success that you see. They can have a really positive influence or impact on your life as well. It just depends on their delivery. It depends on their approach. It depends on whether they see your value and want to give you constructive criticism and not just criticize you. So things that are going to erode or eat away at your drive and eat away at your potential, it's not helpful. And it's so fucked up because they think they're helping you. It's so messed up because they think that in them saying it, no matter how it is that they say it or deliver it to you, that it doesn't matter how damage it does to your mind, how much it messes you up, and how insulting it is and how low it makes you feel, they don't give a fuck about that because they believe it's in your best interest. And we know that everyone has different learning styles. We have different ways in which we absorb information and different timelines and different needs that need to be met in order for us to be happy, for us to identify with our potential and to hone it. And I think that people who are irresponsible with that, or they don't consider that when they speak to you, they end up doing more harm than good. So keep your wits about you. Don't watch anyone's face. Don't overanalyze the feedback they're giving you, and if it's extremely negative in nature and seems hurtful and harmful, I think that you should trust that feeling that you have, that that's how they're coming at you, and start working on those boundaries. This is what I have for you. I hope you found this helpful, truly. This is not a game. You need to stop playing. It's time to get serious and, start really thinking about what you need to do and focus on that. Tune these negative people out who think that they want what's best for you, but they're just using you as an outlet for their frustrations. I hope to see you on the next one.